First question, how has the tour with 1349 been so far?
This is actually the first date we've done with 1349, so far so good, but we haven't even played yet, but it's something we're looking forward to, definitely.
What is it you look forward to the most about playing with them?
Well, I think it's going to be a good crowd for us. They're a big influence on Ethereal musically, so hopefully we're going to gain from some fans from that, and also they're just a band that I've loved for a long time, so it's an honour to share a stage with them and play some dates with them. We're looking forward to it.
It's quite a special thing then to be playing with these bands, would you say?
Yeah, definitely for me personally, and I know a lot of the guys in Ethereal are a big influence for them as well, and on our writing styles, so it's definitely an honour.
Okay. During your formative years, you shared stages with bands such as Belphegor and Flesh God Apocalypse, from what I found online, and I was just wondering what was it like to play with these guys so early on?
Well, actually I can't speak from my own personal experience because I've been Ethereal's vocalist for just over a year now, and the Belphegor and Flesh God shows were a couple of years before I joined. However, since I've been in the band, we've also done like a few high-profile slots. We did some shows with Gorgoth and Vital Remains earlier this year, and for me personally, that was an incredible experience. And we're very fortunate that we've been able to play with such great bands, influential bands, on such great stages. Quite early on, before our debut album's been released, we've managed to do fairly well with bands that we've played with, at least just off our own backs, and the guys have been at it for a long time, and when you get to play a show like that with bands like this, it really feels like the hard work's paying off.
So just on a side note, obviously you've only been in the band fairly recently. How did it come about that you joined the band?
Oh right, well, Ethereal went through a fairly major lineup change last year. So they were looking for a new vocalist. I was just playing in another band actually, doing some vocals and guitar, just playing a few shows last year up north. And basically they got in touch with me, asked me if I'd be interested in joining, so they sent me a demo version of one of the tracks of the new album, so I recorded some vocals for that. Met the guys, did an audition of sorts, and it just really clicked, so
awesome. Really good. So do you feel that you guys are probably at your strongest now? I know it's a bit difficult for you to answer because you wasn't in it before, but
the other guys would say yes, so I'm gonna say yeah. It's a really strong lineup, and we're all very happy with how things are going. It's all come together very well.
That's great. You also mentioned your album, which is called Opus Ethereal.
Yeah, Opus Ethereum. Yeah.
Yeah. What can fans expect from this recording?
Well, if people have come to see us live this past year, they'll get a good taste of what to expect. In our set list tonight, we're actually playing 5 songs off the new album. Musically, it's a pretty intense record, but it's quite dynamic. There's a lot going on, which people, I guess, might come to expect from Ethereal. A lot of symphonic stuff, like extremely fast speeds, but it's also quite dynamic. We're experimenting with sort of like doomier feels, and there's definitely something for everyone on the album. But yeah, when you listen to it, it's really full on. Sound-wise, it's fantastic. It was mixed at Hurt Studios in Poland, where they do Behemoth and Vader and Hate and those bands. We're really influenced by a lot of the Polish sound, so we wanted to have that on our record. And we're all really pleased with how it sounds, and hoping people will enjoy it.
That's great. Yeah, 'cause, I heard Godly Ungodly.
Unholy Ungodly.
Yeah, that's the one. I was quite impressed when I heard that live for the first time, seeing you guys a few times now. I was just going to ask, how much of that particular song would you say is a reflection of the overall direction the music is going down, or would you say that is just perhaps one layer to your music?
I think that song's actually a fairly good representation of what people can expect from the album. It's got a little taste of all the sort of things we do. The fast speeds, the cooler moments, the guitar solos, and just the general extremity that we're trying to put across on this album. I'd say that Unholy Ungodly is a fairly good representation of of what people could expect from the album. The song's out at the moment is a demo version, but the song does appear on the album.
Okay, interesting. Your album was also recorded by Candlelight Records. I was wondering what it was like working with them.
Yeah, excellent. Again, it's an honour to be on a label like Candlelight, because obviously within our genre it's a very iconic record label, and working with them has been fantastic, and looking forward to carry on working with them in the future. Everything's gone really well.
That's great. So, looking back at your time since you've been the vocalist in the band, what has been your most memorable experience so far?
There's been a lot of them, but really for me it's the shows. It's just great to see the reception that we've had across the last year, and it feels like every time we play now, there's a little more momentum building, more people interested in the band and coming. It's just good to see it growing, people enjoying it basically. Playing the shows. The shows with Gorgrath were particularly memorable because I guess, at least for me, they were the first really big shows I'd done with the band or ever really. So.
Do you feel a certain amount of pressure when performing alongside these kind of bands as well? Knowing how big they are and stuff.
No, well, I could see how we might, but really, try not to feel any pressure or anxiety about playing a show. Just always stay relaxed and just focused on what we're doing, and and then it's just great once you're done, and get to enjoy a band that's really influential that you really love. But as far as pressure goes, no, I don't really think about it that way. It's just,
that's good. And what are your plans after tonight as a band?
After tonight? Well, we're playing the Manchester date with 1349 as well, and that's going to round up our year gig-wise. Then next year it's the album release. We're currently booking for next year. There's not much that I can actually announce as such at the moment, but we're working on some big things. Hope we're going to go to some new areas and just new experiences, and help us continue to grow the band. That's what we're aiming to do.
And is there anything else you'd like to add that hasn't already been covered?
Check out the album when it comes out.
Has there been a release date for that yet?
And I can't declare a release date, but it will be sometime early next year. And you can just keep your eyes on our website for that information. The release date should be coming soon. And there is lots to look forward to, so watch this space.
Oh, great. Okay. Cool, thanks a lot.
Thank you for the interview.